Hey, back in the car again. Now what I got on? I got the speak on.
What would you like?
No.
Okay. Speech session canceled.
Okay. I had conversation enhancement on. So with this here, this my wife. Escalade. And they got conversation enhancement. So when you turn it on, when you talk, it carry your voice like a speaker so that the people in the back could hear you. And I used to wonder, like, why does it sound like I'm in an auditorium or I didn't know what it was. I figured it out late. These cars have so much technology these days. I'm back in the car again, and see, let me tell you something. Because see, a lot of times we don't talk about this side of it, and just the give and take. And I thought about it. I said, you know, I seen a couple of people posting videos of stuff they was doing. Young lady flying on that golf cart. My goodness, what, you got a turbo in that thing? And a guy was showing how he get up in the morning, get his one child up, get the other kids up, they make breakfast, they brush their teeth and make breakfast and do all of this while the mom's sleeping in. And first I was hating, like, well, why you filming that? Like, why you setting up the camera? Okay, congratulations, here go a cookie. But then I thought about it, and I say, you know, that representation matters. It's good that he showed that, because although it's on film, and although we don't know what he do after that, although we don't know his motive, we don't know him, he still showed something that says to other men, get your sorry butt up and help that woman out. If your woman, y'all got 3 doggone kids, help that woman out. Stop putting everything on her. So here I was, I'm laying in the bed. Went and got that breakfast. I'm laying in the bed. I'm like, boy, that's what I get for getting up 5:30 trying to be productive. Now I'm tired. I'm ready for a grandma nap right now. And so, and then I ate that sausage and bacon and biscuit and scrambled eggs and home fries. Man, I'm feeling good, like a fat cat. Yeah, hold on now. I got to come over here because the lady in the street, it's a lady. That lady is so fit. When I tell you, you can see every muscle in her body, and she look 90. She look 90 years old, but you can see every muscle in her body. She be out there walking. And so I'm feeling good. I'm laying down. I'm like, okay, well, I done shot me a video. I done sent me an email. That's part of my work, you know. Still got stuff to do. I need to go to the walk-in clinic, get my little medicine. Need to go holler at my daddy, give him his gift, because I was out the country yesterday. So I still got stuff to do. And I'm laying there. My wife, she hit me up. She was like, hey, you want a cough? I said, yeah, get my old black cough. I heard this doctor do a study on coughing, just talking about, like, you know, black coffee or whatever, and how the properties in it and how it just benefits you so much. It's so good for you. And he was doing studies trying to find something wrong with it. And so, but he says basically just like a amazing drug. And I'm like, that's legal and healthy. I'm like, okay. And I do not like coffee, but it's like stuff that don't taste good sometimes do something for you. So I try to tolerate it. So when wife was giving me a call, the next thing you know, she called me, and I'm like, oh man, I done made my wife fall back in love. She out there calling me. And then she called me and she said, hey, you at home? I said, yeah. She said, well, basically, since you at home, it probably can happen faster if you could help me out. I was like, okay, cool, what's going on? And she said, well, they're in the gym today at camp, and so Tater need his flats. He took his cleats thinking they was outside, but they in the gym, so Tater need his flats. These is flats. You play the soccer shoes. So it look just like soccer cleats, but it just got the regular bottom where you can play in the gym. So you'll see, I started the video when I left home, so you'll see how many minutes it take me to get to the school. So she was like, oh, you can meet me halfway, or you can just go to school and call T-Phone and get it to him, because you know Tater gonna be in his feelings. So I said, all right. So I said, all right, yeah, I'll do it. Now I just sent a text message to my wife saying, she said I dropped off the boys, and I had just texted her saying, thank you for doing that, because I wanted to in my mind, but I wasn't feeling it. And then I got a call. And so, but it was like when I got the call, let me tell you something. When I got the call and I was needed, because she could have just said, okay, Tatum, I'm going to go home, get your flats, and I'm going to come back. She done did that before. She done did it countless times. And like if I'm at work or if I'm, out of town or whatever, of course she got to. But, or sometimes I could be home in the bed asleep, and she'll come home and get what they forgot or what she forgot and go back. 40 minutes there, 40 minutes back, 40 minutes to take it back, 40 minutes back. It could be 25 minutes with good traffic. We'll see today. And so for her to call me and ask me, it made me feel needed. And one thing I'm gonna tell y'all ladies, unless a man is in a bad, tough time in his life, financially or emotionally, we want to be needed. Like, I was tired. I'm about to lay there and do a little work on the phone. Everybody who done sent an email to support me and my wife, we gonna get to them. I'm about to lay there. I said, if I fall asleep, I'm gonna go and just sleep till I wake up, because I'm jet lag. I was just in London. It was 5 hours ahead, and right before that, I was in Bali, which is 12 hours ahead. So I'm like, man, hey, I got the right to reset now. So I'm consoling myself about laying in the bed, about to take me a nap. And then when I was needed, man, that thing invigorated me. I hopped up. I said, yeah, I'm about to go out there right now. I don't like having my toes out. I got my slides on. I don't like having my toes out because I got little Miss Piggy toes. And so, oh man, I'm up here going 73. That state trooper over there hiding. Over there in the corner. Like, man, Father's Day was yesterday. Y'all trying to give out a ticket? My goodness. We live. And so, that invigorated me. I hopped on up. Yeah, I'm about to go up there now. Let me put a hat on. Ain't got no hairline. Let me put a hat on. Head up there now. And that's what I'm telling y'all about. When you get into a relationship, or you in a marriage, or when you get into a marriage, that's that delicate dance. That's that give and take. That's that, okay, if I can help you, I'm gonna help you. If you can help me, you gonna help me. We gonna help each other. We gonna tag team. We gonna be a partnership. There are no gender roles. There are roles, but not gender roles. Not you do this because you a man. You do this because you a woman. It's you do this because this is your strength and you able. You do this because you in the better position to do this right here, right now. It ain't because you do this because you a woman and you do this because you a man. And I got that food. That was actually a little bit too much food for us. So I told them, hey, this could be lunch too. Now have your sausage biscuit. Get you one of these sausage patties. Put it on that biscuit. Put some jelly on there or some honey on there, however you want it. Bam, there goes lunch. And so that's where right there you mixing the highs and the lows. You mixing the highs and the lows. And here go the thing right here. So last night, what it wasn't actually a power surge. It was the lights got cut out because we had got the bill, and then we had got to find a notice, and we've been out the country. So we were thinking it was a power surge. No, like so here it is. You know, you could mess around and have a little bit of success and still got to have your lights cut out. But fortunately, they was able to cut them on distant just by calling and making the payment. But even right then, my wife came to me. She was like, "Hey, what's the account to use?" I said, "Y'all see I'm yawning right here." I said, "Use this account." Listen, I don't know what that account gonna look like in the morning. I said, "But hey, I gotta take care of business. Like, it's probably gonna be a lot to come out that account on Monday, but if it go to overdraft, okay, I have to. If I got to go up here and chip and Dale, drop it like it's hot, I gotta do what I got to do." You see what I'm saying? It's a delicate balance. It's a sacrifice, and I want women to understand too. Like, as men, any man that's half decent, this is what we want to do. We want to be useful. We want to be needed. We want to protect. We want to provide. We want to give everything that we can give. And see, that's what a lot of times women don't understand, is that a lot of times a man ain't a no good man and a deadbeat because he's just a no good man and a deadbeat. He's a no good man and a deadbeat because he feels inadequate. He feels incapable. And he feels like he will be judged and he won't be given the grace to learn how to crawl before he walks. Because a woman will make you feel bad. And a lot of times women don't understand this, but a woman will make you feel bad. Oh, I just went on TikTok and seen that Lisa staying at the Ritz-Carlton and has a robe and has slippers and was eating lobster. Meanwhile, I just finished tuna and crackers. Woo! Everybody's life is not the same. I wish I could stay at the Ritz-Carlton and now the man could be over there busting his butt. I'm talking about might have booty hole open for real, trying to make some money on the side, and the woman just got claws in them, just huh. And so this is a father's journey. This what I want you to understand is, like, listen, as a man, we want to provide. We want to get a world. Like, yeah, we want to give our woman first class. We want to give our woman first class. If we can't do first class, we want to be able to do business class. We want to be able to do premium. Yesterday we was on Economy Delight. That was up under the premium, but it was above premium. I mean economy, cause that was all left. I got to the gate, said, "Hey, you got any upgrades?" And I said, "If you don't have 4 seats, do you have 1 seat where I can put my wife in first class?" She said, "No, you can't do that. You can't just move one person." She said, "Oh, are you gonna sit with Tater?" I said, "Yeah, I'll sit with Tater." And then I went to thinking in my head, like, well, really finna leave us? Like, she really finna let me upgrade her? But she got a bad back, she got bad knees, but wasn't no seats available. Man, I sat down in that seat. I told them I'm gonna stand up every hour. Just stand up, scrap my back. I know my back be acting up. The flight was smooth for me. I had a great time. Me and Tater had a great time. My son he got up, said his back was hurting him. My wife said her knees and stuff were hurting her, but they body, I was hurting bad going to Bali and all of that, but I felt good. But that's what, here I am trying to, and if they would have said $5,000, I'm gonna tell you what I would have did. If they would have said, "Hey, yo, we got to upgrade at $5K." One man went to upgrade, it was $750. He had to think about it. I said, "Boy, I wish I could get a $750 upgrade." Now see, let me tell y'all a little something. Now, you don't want to hear this, okay? You don't want to hear this, but when times get tight, so if you mess around and you get you some good credit, if you hit you a 700 credit score, and you get you American Express, you could go get you American Express Platinum or any kind of American Express. That's the one card you need to have. That American Express you need to have, because let me tell you something. If you happen to be out and about and you happen to run into a bind where your debit card is on E, and you swipe that debit card and you get declined, with American Express, you confront yourself in the sense of, if you know tomorrow you could put some money in that account, or some money gonna hit, or something like that, you can make a transfer or something like that. With that American Express, if you getting ready to pay something and your American Express is maxed out, you can log in and send a payment to it, and that payment gonna pull the next day. So you could send a payment. So if they would have said $5 grand, I would have sent a payment for $5 grand to the Amex. Amex make your money available immediately. If you've been good with your payments and you consistent with your payment, they make your money available immediately. I would have got the money available immediately, swipe the card, then before Amex pull the money tomorrow, I would have made something happen and put that money in there. Or they would have went to pull it. We already flew. They would have went to pull it. I owe you. Give them a few days. And when they go to pull it, boom, and it don't come, then, because this done happened to me 2 or 3 times now. I done had Amex for about 10 years. This happened to me 2 or 3 times. And listen, what they'll do when they don't get it, then they'll freeze everything. They'll freeze all your cards till you get them their money. And when you give them their money, then they'll open your bike up. But then they give you grace again. They immediately make your payments available. They understand that sometimes the bank could have rejected you. Sometimes you could have forgot to make the transfer or whatever. So they look at your overall history. Now, you doing that every week, they probably gonna shut your card down. But need that Amex for a bind. But no seats was available. And I say, you know what? Everything is for something. Everything is for something. I say you need a healthy balance. Everything just can't be plush and posh and all that, because you'll get complacent, you'll get beside yourself. You gotta mix the highs and the lows. You wanna go get you a piece of Gucci, get your Gucci purse, but also go to Target and get you a couple outfits from Target. You gotta mix the highs and lows to have that little right there. That balance. You gotta have balance. So I say, you know what? I could press the issue, make some things happen, put my family all the way up here in first class. But you know what they wanted for a first class upgrade? You fly a different flight, a different airport, upgrade from economy delight to upper class. They didn't have premium or business class. Got to go to upper class. Sir, we need 25,000 pounds. That would have been $32,000. No, we gonna be in the economy delight. Okay, all right. Well, thank you very much. Let me think on this for a little bit. Oh, well, actually, we're not gonna be available to fly out on that day after all. All right, thank you very much. All right, talk later. What? 25,000 pounds? Man, if you don't get out of here. But listen, there's people on there sure enough flying it. Now, they probably booked it a long time ago. See, that's a different. The man say, yes, sir, it's like a staircase. The closer you get to it, the higher it go. I said, all right, okay. I hit me with your little analogy. He said, basically, it's your flight, a few days out, so the price done jumped up. Now, see what the people who fly that, and this is what a lot of times with comparisons, and this is what I want women to understand. Because as a provider, as the head of the household, sometimes you look over and you see this sister, oh, well, she's in first class. Yeah, the man work a job that work him like a slave. And so he stay in Marriott's all around his country every week. That man got 1 million points on that credit card. That man booked they business class flights or they first class flights on points that he done earned from traveling for work. Everything ain't what it appears. Everything ain't what it appears. Yeah, that man booked that flight 363 days ago. The flight was a quarter of the price of what it is when I went to book it. You see what I'm saying? See, sometimes it's like, as a provider, we don't get the benefit of the doubt because a woman will look and say, oh, well, such and such got this or such and such got that. Yeah, such and such husband got a settlement. He got hit by an 18-wheeler. Yeah, such and such husband scam. He do scams. Yeah, such and such husband finna be in jail in 2 years because he running a Ponzi scheme. Yeah, such and such husband is a wealth manager and he's stealing them people money. So see, a lot of times things ain't what it seems. Things ain't what it seems, but this is what we deal with as fathers, as providers. We'll look, and a child might come to a father and be like, yeah, such and such wears a pair of Jordans every week. A new pair of Jordans, yeah. Well, such and such daddy is about to lose such and such mama. So such and such daddy is buying all them Jordans because he don't want to lose his child and his wife. But see, you can't tell that to the child. But as a provider, you'll have that inside detail. You'll know what's going on. Yo, such daddy do scale. Yo, such daddy stealing them streets. Yeah, such daddy running a fraud ring. You see what I mean? This is a father's journal. See, we feel, we hurt, we stress, we struggle, and we put everything on our back. Because see, the thing about it is, the difference what the world has done with men and women is the world done put a man value on how much he can earn. And a lot of times what you can earn, you don't have control over what you can earn. Because you could grind. But listen, if you don't want to watch these videos ain't gonna make no money. If you don't want to buy a course, if you don't want to book me for a session, if you don't want to buy a book, if you don't like my product, that's my gift. That's all I could do. I can't do nothing else about that product. If you don't like it, I'm out of luck, Chuck. If you don't like it. So I don't have full control over how much money I can make. But yet, we'll say, oh, well, if you're not the provider, I need you to cook. I need you to clean. I need you to, drive. That's service based. So then you can control that, because you can control if I'm gonna wash these dishes, if I'm gonna cook this food, if I'm gonna drive. But we can't always control if our boss gonna let us keep our job, if the company is gonna do layoffs. Excuse me, sir. How are you? Is there a way for me to get in to get these to Tatum? It's for my son.
Yeah, just go. It's not open now?
Let me check and see if it's open.
Oh, I think it's not.
Yeah, let me see if I could cut through here.
Just be careful. Did you?
And lost the shoe.
Hey, when you come back, just pop in there.
Okay, yep. Watch out for these nails.
Yeah, because you got a sandals.
Yeah.
You don't want to get nails in your foot.
Right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
They working my boy hard. Working my boy up, son. Boy. Now see, it's like this right here. My boy providing for his family.
That's right. Yeah.
How y'all doing?
Good, man.
Are they in the gym, the soccer camp?
They're out at the basketball court.
Basketball court,
Yes,
okay. Okay. I see like these guys right here. They work for the school. They providers. But they come up here and school say, listen man, we ain't raised the money we thought we was gonna raise. We gotta let you go. They could be working hard, but they can't control that. How you doing? But they can't control that. You can't control everything when you in that position. But then see, that's the difference. And that's what I want some women to understand is like, sometimes I hear ladies say, oh, well, I'm underappreciated. All this cooking, all this cleaning, all this changing diapers. That's all stuff you could control. Thank you, buddy. Have fun, Taylor. Taylor had on the Birkenstocks. So, oh yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But that's things that could be physically controlled. You could say, okay, I'm gonna wash these dishes. I'm gonna fold these clothes. I'm gonna take the kids to school. But you can't say, my boss can't fire me. My clients got to buy my product. So for the provider, if that's the man, sometimes it's the woman. So if it's the woman, okay, she got the same argument. But being at the Father's Day, this is what we talking about. And this is where this disgruntledness is coming from, because what you're seeing is, you're seeing a lot of men break down because they can't control every aspect of what they could do. They saying, hey, I got this product, I was up, everything was going good, then the pandemic happened, boom, my product it wasn't pandemic proof. My product wasn't recession proof. So now I'm a deadbeat. Now I'm a bomb because I can't get my kids the latest shoes, because my woman can't fly first class or get Louis Vuitton. Now I'm a bomb. Now I'm a bomb. But my woman still could hug my kids, still could cook the food, still could clean up. So her value and what she does and how she's seen is still being equated, because it's a service. It's service based. So y'all see, it took about 25 minutes today to get to the school, no traffic. It's service based. But see, for the father could say, man, listen, I'm busting my butt. I hired a young man, and the young man said, he said, man, I want to be an entrepreneur because I watched my father bust his butt for a company for 20 years and then walked in there one day and got laid off. He said, I don't ever want that to be me. So now, what did that man do? It might not be easy to just go find another job. Maybe can't just go pop out there and find another job. And so that's what we have to realize, is that everybody have they role inside of a relationship, whether that's co-parenting or whether you living together and you married, or you just living together and you not married. Everybody had a role. But what we have to do is we got to start expressing and understanding the other side. So what I took and did is I started over understanding my wife's side of things. And I started over understanding my wife's side of things and minimizing myself. And I realized that's dangerous. It's dangerous. I have to remind myself that what I'm doing is worthy as well. And I have to remind myself that what my wife is doing is worthy, because it's times to where we can minimize ourselves or we can minimize our partner, our co-parent, or our spouse, or our boyfriend, girlfriend, what have you. We can minimize them or we can minimize ourselves. What we have to get to is where we have a healthy balance. We have a healthy respect for the other person and for ourselves, where we understand that neither is less, it's just different. So a woman, just how I was talking earlier, a woman can control if she go cook and if she go do laundry, or if she, whatever her strengths are, whatever she's doing. If it's physical act, you can control that. Just like if a man go home and fix the toilet. This morning I woke up, I had to fix the toilet. Last night I had to fix the door. I had to open the door. My wife couldn't get in the front door. Had to go get in the front door. And it was something, just how the mind worked. Just the brain is just worked different. Like she didn't think, and her mom couldn't get in the door either. Neither one of them thought about the mechanics of the automatic door lock. Y'all hitting the buttons and it's not opening, but that means the lock must not be centered. So what I did is pull the door all the way closed. So now as it tries to open, it can go flush right into the opening or come through, because it's not registering if it's not all the way closed. So two women, one in her late 60s, one in her mid 30s, went to the same door and could not figure it out. I, not being a handyman, not being a techie guy, not being a handy guy, went and figured it out in 0.5 seconds. The male brain works differently. My wife, she goes in, hey, the garage broke. There was something wrong with the garage door. I go out there, I play with it till I play with it. Okay, boom, it's going down. It's not going all the way down. It's stopping and it's going back up. Okay, boom. When it stop and go back up, I'm gonna hit the button again to stop it, and I'm gonna hit it again to send it back down. Though you finna do what I tell you to do, not what you want to do. Talking about you registering too much force. Go down. So I hit it to close, it stopped, it go back up, I stop it again, I hit the button again, then it go down. After I do that a few days in a row, the garage door reset. This just was me troubleshooting. Boom, boom, okay, daddy, AC out there flooding in the garage, what's going on? He say, son, you probably got to flush the line. He say, go get your wet vac. Go outside the way you see the water coming out that little hole sticking out the ground. Put that vacuum on there. Put some duct tape on there. Turn the vacuum on. Let it run 5 to 10 minutes. Did that. Boom. AC came back on. Started running right. Water dried up out the garage. Everything fixed. My daddy, who didn't even have to come over there, not a handyman. That's why I'm not a handyman, because my dad wasn't a handyman, but he know a little bit about a lot. He know a little bit about everything. He was able to tell me. And now me, if I'm thinking about it, I would eventually figure it out. Okay, yeah, right. But this is what I mean. So we have to take and recognize what each side does, so that we can value and appreciate each other. Because I look at something and I'll be like, okay, well, man, I ain't think of that. But my wife, she'll come in, boop, boop, this how it work. Boom, this how, just do this. Do you ain't think about just booking this? You ain't think about just getting this? Well, what about we just do this? Her mind thinking a different way. My mind thinking a different way. So my shortcomings, that's where she's strong. Her shortcomings, that's where I'm strong. This is every man and woman. It just might be flipped sometimes. Sometimes the woman is handy. I follow lady on Instagram. Her name is Contract Her, like contractor, but it's her. She put it her at the end. She know how to use a power saw. She use a power saw. She take everything outside. She get all the wood. She cut it, all that. She do all the cutting, and then she put it up on the wall. And now she teaching classes. I've never seen a man teach these classes, but listen to me. She teaching classes. She renting an Airbnb. She going to different cities. She charging $3,000 for this class. But that include, I think, your Airbnb stay and your meals and stuff or training. It includes some things. But you got to get to that city. Flight and, you know, rental car not included. But if you want to do like home makeovers, you want to do accent walls, you want to do stuff like that. So I was going to send my wife to one of them. And she charged $3,000. Do you know how many men could do what she doing in their sleep? But they not thinking to do a class about it. That's the female brain, not the male brain. The female brain say, I done learned this. She finna make millions. She finna make millions teaching people how to saw some wood and do accent walls. She finna make millions. Because at $3,000, all she need is about 300 people throughout the year to take that. 1,000 people at $1,000. So at 3,000, so divided by 3, she need about 333 people to pay her them $3,000 to make $1 million. It's men that could do that in their sleep. They do it every day for pennies on the dollar, for peanuts. And they could go teach a class in their city, around the country. They could utilize Instagram. She utilizing Instagram. She building on social media, turning into a business. The female brain. The male brain different. The male hands bleeding, losing fingers to do the same thing she doing and making minimum wage, working as a subcontractor, making the general contractor filthy rich. And this man could go out and teach classes and make hundreds of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars. But his brain didn't think about that. So now imagine if that woman got with a man who was a general contractor and he know how to do that and she didn't know how to do that, but because of how her brain worked, she gave him that play. And then he run that play, bomb, and now they up millions. That's how we have to start looking at the value in each other and recognizing. So today, I'm not at a big milestone. I'm at like a middle milestone, like the halfway on Tony Gass's Academy. I logged in to set up the 90% off. The code is 9090, and go to Tony Gass's Academy, get 90% off the courses that apply, not the life coach certification and stuff like it's already discounted. But I go in there to set that up and I say, oh baby, I'm about to hit such and such earnings on the Academy. And she say, oh wow, so that may happen today, huh? I said, yeah, it may happen today. So I say, can you do they have like cakes that they make already and you just could add that number on there? She said, yeah. She said, I'll do that today. I'm gonna see if she remember now. But I said, you know, I want to be celebrated. Like this right here, this ain't no small feat. I want to be celebrated. So guess what? I expressed that. I expressed that to my wife, so she know. But hey, we'll talk later. I got to slide through here to Starbucks and my wife just called me. Let me call her back, see what she want. God bless you. We'll talk soon. Listen to this 2 more times. Get in your spirit. We'll talk soon.